Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for talking with us at Robot Chicken. We're really happy to be able to talk with you. You're. Thank you, Mr. PS4. We're really happy. You're involved in the process of developing Little Big Planet 3.
Sure,
Yes.
yeah. So my name's Tom O'Connor. I'm a producer, senior producer across the whole franchise. I'm very involved kind of day-to-day working with the team. Sarah?
I'm the community manager for the Little Big Planet franchise and work with the dev team to help feedback on community ideas and going forward.
Just before I forget, are you the one that plays with Oddsock?
Yes.
On stage.
Oh, we have in the other interview we talk about you actually.
Oh no, Dino!
Yeah, how you are able to not do the wall.
There was a lag, 5-second delay. 5 seconds.
It was on stage as well.
It's true.
I just thought I played seamlessly. But Sarah, there was a lag.
Are you doing a tutorial like this is not how you play with the attack?
Yeah.
So, how did you start in the industry? What was your first games or?
So I started out, I went to university, did computer science, but then I went into work in testing, quality assurance. I actually started working for Sony when it was Synopsys, kind of like publisher. And I was sitting there testing games, thinking this is quite unique, this is different.
Wipeout?
Just testing, just
Oh.
playing and testing, reporting bugs.
And Wipeout or no?
I worked on Formula One.
Oh.
I worked on some really old like Synopsys games, Sentient, all different things. And I just kind of got into production and then just progressed that way.
Yeah. How did XDev appear? How was it created?
XDev kind of came about because obviously Sony as a platform holder, as a publisher, we needed an interface to connect with external development studios. So what XDev initially started out was basically, it's good for producers. It's kind of, we fund development, so we go out looking for unique property, unique games that we can help them develop and make exclusive. So it's third-party development studios who are making first-party content. XDev's quite a big team now. We work on Killzone, also Big Planet, Heavy Rain, Beyond, Until Dawn. We have some big, massive franchises. We work with lots of small developers as well. Mozaki Baby, Resogun, like really, real mix of developers. That's kind of like we're like the interface. Like we offer production support, we fund development. We also are able to connect them with online expertise, localization, quality assurance, and all those services really, which you don't get if you self-publish. That's what we do for them.
You're also the part of the creative team?
Yeah, so kind of like we do, we obviously have our creative guys within each developer. What we do, we all think creatively, we all add value to the game, give feedback. So yeah, we're all kind of involved in all different capacities really.
So, this isn't your first Little Big Planet game?
No, I worked on Little Big Planet for about 5.5 years, something like that. So kind of just come on just around LP2 time, worked on all the DLC, worked on the LP Vita game, after worked on Little Big Planet 3. It's kind of like, it's a day to day. We've done so much content with Little Big Planet that it's never really ever stopped since the first game.
And you're personally fans of the series, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I mean, even though I kind of came on board more with 2, I was still very close to the first game. I saw it kind of grow from this really simple concept.
Yeah.
It's like a really big franchise.
Yeah, it's always been, especially in community, a sort of dream job to try and get the game that's so driven by community and for community. And I spent a long time trying to work my way into this position.
Yeah.
I was actually asking David because what I felt about Little Big Planet, it was one of those games that most people would buy a PlayStation 3 just to play it. Because when I first tried Little Big Planet with my wife and friends, I would be like, yeah, we have to have this at our home. Do you feel the community looks at PlayStation like that way? Okay, Little Big Planet is one of those games.
Yeah, I think so. I think especially with the new generation of Little Big Planet fans we're getting, as soon as we announced Little Big Planet 3, all our online channels are, I've been waiting to buy a PlayStation 4, and now I'm going to buy it for the title that is worth me buying the console for.
Little Big Planet 3.
Yeah.
Okay. And are there other titles you're involved at this moment? Or?
Yeah, there's a few other things. I'm also involved in. We announced a game called Wild with Michel Antel.
Watched it in
so I'm produced on that as well. But most of my time is Little Big Planet. Because it is so time consuming, but in a good way.
Okay. Well, actually, for me, it kind of stole my attention on the Gamescom presentation.
Yeah.
When you showed the trailer, like, I looked at my other editor and I was like,
Yeah, no, it's going to be a pretty special game. I'm looking forward to showing more on that in the future.
yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it a bit?
No. That was good.
Don't slash. Yeah, it's okay. I understand. Yeah. So Little Big Planet, everyone is excited. How is the reception from the not the critic but actually the media? How are the players that?
Yeah, it's been fantastic, hasn't it? I think we were a little nervous before we announced it, especially at E3. Because we know the community are so kind of fanatical with the franchise and supported all the DLC and all the different ports. But they're having new characters. We believed in it so strongly, we just really wanted them to do it. But as soon as we announced it, it was universal just love from all the fans.
Exactly. It has been kind of a. I remember watching. As Sir says, we were like, it'd been years since we had the last game out, and we'd stayed so quiet without the E3. There'd been a few rumours, but nothing confirmed. And then to only announce the game this year, and for it to be out this year, it's like unheard of that.
Yeah.
And it was like, when we walked out on stage, and everyone was like, it was like,
Yeah.
You didn't give them time to create hype. It's like, it's gonna go down.
it is.
It's been quite intense this few months,
I think it's been good because obviously have been involved since the beginning. And we have worked with different developers before. We did the PSP version with Cambridge Studio, and again working with External, we were able to have a really high quality game. The Vita game, again, it was different developers, but it was still External involved. And now Sumo Digital. What's been great about those guys is a lot of their team actually had worked on previous RPG games. They worked on, Dave Dino, he's done DLC. They worked on LB1 2. He's actually got like Guinness Book World Record holder for some stuff. We actually also employed a large amount of the community creators, like the best ones.
Yeah.
They work for the team. So we've kind of built like almost like the perfect Little Big Planet team. But they've been able to stay true to the franchise, but bring new things like new characters, some new features. So they've been able to kind of freshen it up, but stay true to its key, pillars.
Yeah.
You just saw something that really amazed me during the interview with David, which was everybody says that games are for the community, but picking some developers and some designers from the community is something really brave. What was the decision to, okay, now we want to create games with someone or with people who really come from the community?
Yeah, I think, obviously those guys do amazing stuff in the community. And when you're looking for to build a new team, a conventional level designer has certain skills, they approach things in a certain way. Games usually built in a certain way with in-house tools. With this one, because it is its own tool, we wanted to make sure that we had a head start on people who understood the tools, people who knew what it was possible of them and what the limitations were, so that we could help push past the limitations. Yeah. So by speaking to those guys and saying, when you're sitting at home playing levels on your own with no support, what is it you want to do? And like, this. And that's just how the new ideas came about. And then, these guys are so used to working by themselves. And it was a little bit difficult at first because they then had to integrate into a team. Some of them moved over from like the States or different parts of Europe.
Sheffield.
To Sheffield, yeah. And then
Sunny Sheffield.
They then had to kind of like take direction, work as a team. So they're now proper game developers. They've actually learned the skills. They can go and work on anything now. They're not just creators. So that's been, those guys in conjunction with more traditional level designers has been a really good fit, hasn't it?
I think so.
What they've been able to come up with.
So it's the last question. Were you afraid from the love that Sackboy has from the community to introducing 3 new characters? How would they be received?
To be honest, I think we're a little afraid.
Yeah. And the thing is, that when the guys first had the idea for new characters, it was a bit like, well, you can dress Sackboy up, and it's like, but when you, for example, everything comes from gameplay. So when you're in create mode, you can take a Sackbot and you can heavily customise it and take someone really advanced to do it, and then have a bit of a different character, but it's very complex. And we're always about giving people more entry-level things to do. So being able to kind of have characters with default abilities that you can customise and you can act and you can emote and you can slap each other and all that type of thing like Sackboy, drop them into a level gives you more people a starting points, so they don't start on a blank page. They're like, I want to create a sweep level, I want to create a not soft level. But then when we came to the actual design of the characters, it was like, do we make them all look like Sackboy? That doesn't feel right. What should they look like? They had to look unique, but when you put them together, they have to look like they could be kind of related
Yeah.
from the same world. And I think, I'm not saying negative feedback. I think people all have their favourites. They all feel as though they could be from the same world. So yeah, I think we were nervous definitely, but the response has kind of made that nervousness go away now.
I think a lot of the pressure with things like that and pressure we put on ourselves rather than having it from any external sources. So I think a lot of it's just making sure that the community never feel like the franchise has lost its soul or lost its kind of core ideas because it's a new developer and on a new platform. But we've not seen anything. It's been a really seamless kind of hype machine for the past 2 months.
Yeah, even kind of people who had looked from a distance a little bit behind in the past, we've seen comments like, oh, I didn't really fancy the previous games, but I can see myself picking this one up, and that's great, because that means that we're going to get an even bigger community, more people enjoying the franchise, and that's what it's all about.
Okay, thank you for talking with us.
Thank you.
Good luck and enjoy Lisbon.
Hey, thanks, will do.